Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Barba223. Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. So today we're going to be doing a Magic Necromancer PvP build. This is a build I've been working on a lot lately. It's definitely made for the new update. It's a very fun build. Does a lot of damage, and as you can see, has a lot of resources as well. So yeah, let's just get into it. I hope you guys are having a good one, and as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So let's just do it. Let's get into the character screen first. So what we're going to do here is pretty much I'm just going to show you what I got. So I got 54 points into magic, 10 into health. We have the Atronach Mundustone. We are using Bewitched Sugar Skulls, and we are also an Argonian race. So that is up for debate. You could use Breton, you could use High Elf, you could use Dark Elf, you could use Orc. It's a bunch of things you could use, but I'm using Argonian. So we have 31k magic, 31k health, 19k stamina, 14k magic recovery, which is actually, I think it's more than that. It's like 1800 because of elemental drain. We have a 1100 health recovery, 2800 spell damage unbuffed, 5500 pen unbuffed, and then we have 20k resistances unbuffed. So I mean that jumps up to 29k on the back part, 26k on the front, which is pretty good. So you can't complain too much about that. So now what we're gonna do is show you the gear. So the gear, oh god, you probably already saw it, who cares. Front bar, we're using the Master's Ice Staff. Now the Master Ice Staff is so good this patch. It's insanely good. It's also going to pair with the set we're using better than any other thing, I think. But this one is crazy good. The reason being is because they changed Destructive Clench this patch, I'll tell you in a sec, but it basically reduces the cost of Destructive Touch, increases your spell damage. We're using Sharpened, we're also using a Frost Glyph. You could use Poisons if you want, it's totally up to you. But the reason we're using that is because if you go into Destro, and you go to Destructive Clench, the initial hit will always cause an elemental status effect. Now that's very good because Frost Clench, it costs less than the other morphs, it deals less damage, but that's fine because it costs less. It applies Major Maim, which is a 10% damage reduction. It immobilizes people and taunts them. The taunt doesn't matter for PvP, but the immobilization is amazing because it procs one of our sets. Major Maim literally reduces their damage by 10%. That is insanity. So good. So although it does a little bit less damage, it doesn't matter. It's still very good. So that's because especially on Necro, the bulk of our damage comes from blast bones anyways. So it doesn't really matter that much. You're just using it for the spell damage. So yeah. Back bar, we're using a Restive Staff of Willpower because it gives us extra magic, so it'll buff our heals. Very nice. And we're using a Berserker Glyph, so yeah. For the monster set, we're using Engine Guardian. Engine Guardian's always a great go-to. It just gives crazy tankiness. It gives crazy resource regen. It's very good. I mean, it's simple. Every time you use an ability, there's a 25% chance to give you magic, stamina, or health. So it's really good. It's just good. It's a head. We're using a head. We're using 6 heavy and 1 medium actually. So feel free to run whatever you want in terms of weights. That's what I'm using. But we are using Engine Guardian, heavy helm, medium shoulder. And then our 5-piece on the body is Hrothgar's Chill. So this set is extremely broken. It's really that simple. It gives health, armor, penetration, very well balanced 4-piece, and then the 5-piece is every time you stun or immobilize an enemy, you deal a burst of frost damage, applying the chilled status effect and dealing 26% of their total physical and spell resistance as frost damage to themselves and enemies around them at 8 meters, 7-second cooldown. That is so overpowered. It's actually so freaking annoying. It's just that simple. It's so broken. This set is so good. Mainly because everyone in ESO runs a armor set, or high armor. So if you have 30k armor, you're going to be doing like 8k to people. So it's really good. It's broken, and the reason I say the Frost Staff is good because it says every time you stun or immobilize, and it's easy to immobilize people. The CC isn't as bad with it. I know it's 7-second cooldown, but the CC isn't as, as a problem. So it's a lot easier, and it applies chilled. So I'm pretty sure the chilled status effect is minor maim. So I believe you have minor maim and major maim up at all times. So I believe that's what it does. Also, people take 10% extra crit damage because of minor brittle. So that's also what the frost status effect does. So really, really good. It's just a great set, and it does come in heavy. So I'm running 5 heavy on the body, and well 6 heavy with Engine Guardian. So, and then for the traits, I would use reinforced. Reinforced, well fitted, and impen. I clearly don't have enough impen here. I would say maybe a couple, 2 or 3 pieces in pen, and then mix in well fitted and reinforced on the other pieces. But I got what I could get. The set is rare because it's so expensive. Everybody wants it, so I got what I could get. But yeah, so the jewelry, we're using 2 pieces of trainee, both infused, both magic recovery, considering that we're not using light armor, so we kind of need extra recovery. And then we are using Malacath with infused that gives spell damage. The reason being is because we're using heavy armor, so we don't have enough crit to really make it viable to not use Malacath. But it works because we still only need one. We're only using 1 5-piece, so we can still use a monster set. But it gives us 16% damage, as you guys probably know, reduces crit damage. It's really easy to know. It's Malacath, it's OP. Yeah, so basically the combo is very, very simple. We'll get into the skills. So on the front bar, obviously degeneration for the extra spell damage. You need your major sorcery buffed. So I don't know what our spell damage even gets up to here. 3,400, something like that. So I mean, it goes up to like 4K when we get our master staff. So I mean that's pretty good. Yeah. So it's just a dot and major sorcery. And then here we're using Ellie Drain. You need this skill, I think. Gives a crazy amount of penetration, 6K, and then it gives you over 320 recovery because it gives minor magic steal. That's why I said our recovery is a lot higher than you think it is. Also, we're at 1800 with our potion, so that puts us over 2K. So really, really nice here. And then we're using Skeletal Arcanist. Now, the reason I use Skeletal Arcanist, well, to be honest with you, I don't really know what else to use here. There's not that many options. I guess you could use Shocking Siphon if you really want to. I don't use Harmony anymore because the delay in being able to use your synergy is so annoying. So I don't even want to use it. It's so frustrating. Like, it's not even possible to use. It just takes forever to activate, so you can't line it up. You could also use Necrotic Potency. Very good skill. Gives you a lot of ultimate regen, some healing, and reduces damage taken. Or you could use Expunge. It reduces all costs and it cleanses you. Still a very good skill. Other than that, I wouldn't really advise using something else. It's not really worth it. So yeah, I would use Skeletal Arcanist here. Totally up to you. Whatever you really want. I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, it also gives 1500 penetration, just so you know. So we're using Skeletal Blast Bones here. Oh, Stalking Blast Bones, I'm sorry. As you guys know, it's the bread and butter of Necro. It does a bunch of damage. It does AoE damage. It does extra damage the longer it takes. Although the skill sometimes does not want to work correctly, it is still very, 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 very good. So you all know it. So lastly, we are using Frost Clench, like I already talked about. It does not do a crazy tooltip, but like I said, it applies the chilled status effect. It also applies major maim, so it also immobilizes, so it's very, very good. So not only is it going to do damage, but it's going to lower their damage and help you out. So the best part about this skill is that it only costs 1,300. Now, in comparison to other spammables, as you can see, 2,700. 2,700. So this skill literally costs half as much because of the 10% for the Master Staff and the fact that the skill Frost version also costs less now. So I think it's very, very good for builds like this and on a Magic Warden. This exact build would probably be very good on a Warden as well. I tend to see that Magic Warden and Magic Necro can use very, very similar sets. So Yeah, but Frost Clench is very good, so do not sleep on it. Please do not sleep on it. I'm telling you, it's good. And then lastly, we're using Shooting Star. Now you could use Ice Comet, whatever you want, but to be honest, I don't know. I just like using this. It gives you a bunch of ultimate back. It stuns people. The only thing that sucks is that people often just see it coming. So what I'd say is if you don't want to use Meteor, or say if you don't have Mage Light or Mage's Guild leveled up, you could simply just use this. Glacial Colossus. It's a very, very good skill in AoE times. I like this better on a Harmony build, but I mean, it is up to you. If you want it, it's still a good ultimate. Or you could just do the typical thing and just run Dawnbreaker. I mean, Dawnbreaker is very good. It hits extremely hard. So, totally up to you, though. I might switch Dawnbreaker back. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. So, on the back bar, let's see the back bar. So, we're using Beckoning Armor. This is because we don't have a hard CC. We have the Immobilize. I'm on our Frost Clench, which is good, but we also don't have something that activates the hard CC. Also, this pisses off snipe spammers, so I literally, I take pride in pissing off snipe spammers and magic sorks, so I'm very okay with using this over the other one. I don't even care. This one's good. It pulls people to you. It pisses people off for sure, so it's a good one. I like it. It's just one of the things that I like, so yeah. So Spirit Guardian is pretty much a bread and butter skill. You kind of have to have it. It gives major protection literally at all times. It gives you a very, very nice heal. So it's just a good skill. It also gives you 200 recovery. So that also helps your recovery as well. So yeah, rapid regen. Well, radiating regen. You could use rapid regen if you want. I like being able to heal my teammates up, considering that we already have a lot of HOTS healing over time, so I don't mind it. I'll give my teammates a nice little heal. So, yeah. And then here we're using Resistant Flesh. This is one of the best burst heals in the game. It gives you a very, very strong heal. It applies Minor Defile to yourself, but who cares? It doesn't make that much of a difference. And then the reason it's so good is because it gives you half of the amount for resistances. So let's say you crit and heal for 8k, you're going to get 4k resistance for 3 seconds. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to save your life. Promise you that. It helps you. It helps out a lot. It really does. So lastly, we're using Mortal Coil. As you can see, it has a really nice tooltip. This skill seems to heal a lot harder than the skill actually says. I don't know why. It just seems like it's so much more powerful than it reads. It also gives you stamina recovery to help you roll. It also gives you extra healing done. So pretty much a needed skill here, I think, on every Necro build. And then lastly, we're using Life Giver. You could use the other morph if you want. Who cares? But this is pretty much your oh shit button. You know, you hit this and you're pretty much unkillable. Also, if you don't want to use that, I like it because it's cheap, but you could also just use Goliath, wherever it's at. You could also just use Goliath if you want to go full toxic. Totally up to you if you want to turn into a clown, but yeah. So honestly, guys, that's pretty much it. In terms of combos and like gameplay, I'm going to link my gameplay in the description. I just uploaded a video yesterday on it. But pretty much it's simple, guys. Get your degeneration up, get your LE drain up, use your blast bones, hit them with frost clench at the same time, and you're gonna hit hard. It's really that easy. It's a very, very simple combo, and Hrothgar's chill is gonna do the work for you. It's gonna hit so hard, so you're gonna kill people. It's that simple. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and make sure you leave a comment down below. In terms of CP, I honestly don't like CP. I mean, if you really want to know, I'm going to use max magic, AoE damage, crit resist, and max or spell damage. That's what I use, and then the other stuff is up to you. But I don't really play CP, so it doesn't really apply to me that much. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good one, and yeah, make sure you subscribe to never miss an upload.